Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sam Vitanza Stadium here on the campus of Dickinson High School. The Texas City Stingarees getting set to take off game number 3. Stingarees come in at 1-1 on the season, facing the 5A Dickinson Gators, who are 2-0 thus far here early in the season. I'm Ronnie Hazard along with Dickie Campbell. Mr. Johns is going and paving the way for Devontae Hinton, he said this week. He's in Lubbock.
That's illegal booster stuff, isn't it?
I'll let him go ahead and do it. We'll get him in a minute.
Well, I've got big shoes to fill, but
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Looking for a good game. Dickinson has been putting points on the scoreboard, to say the least, in their first 2 games. 61 points in their first 2 games. Have only given up 1 touchdown. They played last week. They played Summer Creek out of the Humble ISD. Played a team out of Florida, I believe, the Destin, Panama City area, in their first contest. So these Gators are back. They've got a lot of seniors coming back, I believe, and we'll see what they've got this year.
They're 3 key players for them. Brad Woodard's the running back, 21 carries so far this year for 131 yards. Wide receiver, Jordan Myers, a couple of catches for 114 yards. And quarterback looks to be Cameron Martin, 8 of 9 passing for the year. So you can see they don't throw the football much, but they have scored a lot of points.
And we talked about them only giving up 7 points. I was just looking down at some of the stats. They had the number 1 ranked defense in that 24-6A district last year, and they're returning 8 starters off of that defensive squad.
You would expect it to be very salty. So it probably will be a quick clock tonight with all the running that we're expecting, but it looks like we may have staved off the rain that we've had almost all day long. So
well, that's what we're hoping. The field is in good shape. Obviously an artificial turf here at the fairly new. Time gets away from me. I think the stadium's been here about 6 or 7 years now, roughly, but nice facility here in Dickinson.
High off the ground.
Yes, it is. Texas City on the reverse side, coming off a big 30-21 win against Lamarck last week. After taking the first one on the chin to Friendswood, Stings have actually won the last 2 meetings against the Gators. Now, we've talked several times over the last couple of weeks about how many graduating seniors Texas City had off that team last year. Stings actually outscored Dickinson 92-14 in the last 2 meetings over the last 2 years, but something tells me it won't quite be that way this year.
Well, you even had a Dickinson employee ask us about the seniors that graduated on the elevator ride up.
Exactly.
So everybody's paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Even Dickinson.
That's exactly right. Texas City last week against Lamarck had 198 total yards of offense, not just a great production. Still working the kinks out. A lot of new guys on that offensive line for Texas City, new quarterback, guys that didn't get to run the ball a whole lot last year because of all the experience and varsity experience that team last year had. So just still trying to work the kinks out, and that's why you have pre-district games.
Texas City was resilient last week. You know, they scored in some odd ways. They had a safety. They had a fumble return for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, a long pass on 4th down, and then a 60-something yard run from scrimmage. So not traditionally long drives, but they were successful nonetheless.
We'll pause now for the rest of the national anthem. Captain's about to meet in the center of the field for the coin toss, as we've just had the national anthem. Not a big crowd, but like you said, Dickie, the weather all day has just been off and on horrendous. Little minor street flooding in Texas City from time to time, because when it came down in buckets. So it might have kind of scared a few people off.
Well, we had some the radar showing some approaching, but it looks like that has staved off at least for a while. Captains for the Gators tonight, number 5, Brad Woodard, number 12, Cameron Martin, number 30, Justin Carroll, and number 56, Shelton McCrae.
For Texas City, number 7, Neffy Hernandez, number 14, Zach Heathcock, number 27, J.J. Littleton, and number 46, Jaquan Shepard. Dickinson won the toss. They've deferred. So Texas City will get the ball first. we get started here in just a minute. Kind of look back over to the south, back towards Texas City, and a few clouds still hanging out there, and then they've just kind of broken up between here. But a nice night, very little breeze, if any. The flag is just stuck on the flagpole in the north end of the field.
Gonna get hot out there and sticky.
Well, don't you know it? It definitely will. Talked about the crazy ways Texas City scored last week. Brandon Edmonds had that 83-yard kickoff return. Then he also had a 35-yard touchdown pass reception from Chris Ponder. Robert Frank had a big long run, 63 yards. Devontae Hinton, another bright spot, as we've talked about being a early Texas Tech commit. Devontae looking to go that way. His following his first-team All-State junior season, he had 17 tackles last week.
He had a terrific week. He was all over the field.
He was, and even got a few carries in on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Dickinson in a white pant, blue jersey with white numerals. Helmet is half blue and half white. Red stripes as accents. Number 64 set to kick for Dickinson. Jamie Valdez.
Christian Weaver and Brandon Edmonds back deep for Texas City as this game is underway. Edmonds is going to take it at the 6-yard line. Looking for those blockers trying to cut it up. Rolls off one tackle and falls forward to the 25. And that's where Texas City is going to take over, 1st and 10 at their own 25.
He was tripped up on that return by number 28, but Christopher Wilson for Dickinson.
These broadcasts brought to you by the great sponsors that you'll see rolling through on the opening of the game on YouTube every week. It'll be up on the YouTube screen about sometime Monday. You can take advantage of watching it all week long, all you want. You know, if you get tired of listening to those yahoos, just turn the sound down and keep watching. 1st and 10 for Texas City. Handoff a couple of yards is all it's going to be. Chris Ponder, quarterback. That's Devontae Hinton on the carry. Give him a gain of 1. It'll be actually not going to give him a gain of any. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Number 17, Blake Carlisle on the stop for Dickinson. Same thing that Texas City started out with last week with Devontae Hinton at tailback.
Sting split in the backfield. Hernandez, the up back. The pitch goes to Devontae Hinton trying to get outside. Stiff arms one. Can't get out of that second tackle, and he'll gain a couple up to the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and long for Texas City, 3rd and 8.
He just couldn't get to the corner. Dickinson had good pursuit. He had stiff-armed one guy but couldn't get around the edge.
Third and 8 from the 28. Texas City's first offensive possession of the night. The first for anybody. Not 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 here to the near side. Now Ponder in the shotgun. Handoff coming around this near side and a couple of yards to the 30, and that's going to be it. Not much running room there at all.
Christian Weaver, 5'8", 145-pound junior. He was stopped by Shelton McCray for the Gators.
Servik back to punt on 4th and 5. Servik's line drive kick taken at the 35. Tripped up, falls forward across the midfield stripe to about the 48.
Jordan Myers, the return man for the Gators, looked like Trenton Murphy for the Stingarees making that stop.
Yes, Murphy on the stop. Dickinson comes from the sideline straight to the line of scrimmage. Cameron Martin from under center. Flag on the play, big hole for the running back. Still on his feet as he bounces off a couple of white jerseys. He's at the 10-5, and he'll go in for the score.
That's going to be offsides on Texas City.
Brad Woodard, but like Diggy said, that's going to come back. Flag was thrown just as the ball was snapped.
I think Texas City lined up offsides.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, yeah, you're exactly.
I wish he could come back for that, but
yeah, they're probably going to decline
they'll
that
decline
penalty,
that penalty.
So just like that on one play, 48 yards on the carry for Brad Woodard, and Dickinson is on the scoreboard.
Number 64, Jamie Valdez into attempt out of the hold of Robert Walker.
Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 9 minutes and 38 seconds still to play in the first quarter. Dickinson takes the early lead, 7-0 over Texas City. We'll be back in just a second.
Jamie Valdez set to kick for Dickinson.
Christian Weaver and Edmonds back deep. Edmonds will take this one at the 9. Looking for his blockers, and there are not any there. Nothing but blue jerseys around him. He'll return it to, they're going to give him the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he was met hard by Devin Hudson for Dickinson. Dickinson's got a well-disciplined, fast football team.
Yes, they do.
They cover well, and they're fired up. I think they're tired of the points that Texas City has put on the last couple of years. So it's going to take a big effort tonight.
Robert Frank now in the backfield with Ponder and Hernandez. Ponder rolling to the far side, looking to throw, fires it out, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Surovic.
Pass just a little bit high.
Yep.
Thought he was open. Right-handed quarterback rolling to his left side. That's the toughest throw
Absolutely.
in the book for him.
Not an easy one at all. Ponder, a sophomore for the Stings. From under center on 2nd and 10 now. Ponder with the handoff going to Frank. Frank trying to get the outside corner. He's got some. Got the first down to the 30, 35, 40, and will finally be drug out of bounds across the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it.
He got to the edge that time and had a good run.
They'll mark it at the 40.
Waylon Hurst on the tackle for the Gators.
Texas City back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Ponder stays under center. As Surovic will go in motion to the far side, and Frank will get the call again. Nice hole up the middle as he cuts across on the left side and is across the 45 up to the 47, maybe the 48. See where they mark it between the two.
Nice 8-yard gain. That was a big hole between the center and the guard. Blake Carlisle making that stop for Dickinson.
On 2nd and 2, Edmonds goes out wide to the far side. Frank gets the call again. Stumbled just a bit as he got the ball, was able to get past the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd. Call it less than a yard, but we'll call it a yard. Got to get right to the midfield stripe for the first down.
Shelton McCray bringing Frank down. After tough running that time. As soon as he got to the hole, he got turned left, and McCray dragged him down.
Stings ready to go, 3rd and short. Ponder with the handoff again. Frank
That's
gets
going to
hit.
be close.
Boy, it is going to be very close. He gets hit just as he gets to the line of scrimmage and falls forward. They're marking it right on the line.
I think he marked it with his right foot, so it was a first down.
There you go, first
Right
down.
foot, left foot.
Nice job. Texas City's second first down of the night and of this drive as well.
Football right in the jaws of the Gators' teeth on the field. Texas City in their stormtrooper uniform.
There you go. Gotta love it.
All white with orange numerals. Kind of reminds you of that school up in Austin.
Is there a school? Oh, yeah. 1st and 10 for the Stings. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Ponder's going to tuck it and run now. He's across the midfield stripe and gets hit hard at about the 46, 47-yard line.
Well, John Little's for Dickinson isn't really little, and he laid the wood to the quarterback, and he did a good job to pick up 3 yards. Didn't throw the ball into traffic.
Exactly. Looked up. Nobody was open.
Yep.
Just tucked it and went. 2nd and 7. Texas City will send 2 wide outs to the far side, 1 here to the near side. Ponder from under center. Ball's on the ground. Dickinson comes up with the loose ball on the bad exchange for Texas City. So tough break for the Stings.
He just didn't seem to get the handle on the ball at the snap.
I believe that was number 33, Kyle Benderup, recovering the fumble.
Well, that's tough. Texas City had a decent little drive going there, and turnovers will be the key.
Gators back ready to go on offense. Again, senior quarterback number 12, Cameron Martin. He pitches the outside and nowhere to go for Jordan Myers. No, I'm sorry, that's Woodard. That's Woodard. I thought that was a number 7, but it is Brad Woodard.
Andre Smith breaking through, catching Woodard in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. Nice play.
Dickinson with 2 wideouts on either side.
Andre Smith, just a sophomore in at defensive tackle.
Martin in the shotgun this time, takes a snap, looking to throw downfield, still looking. Now he's going to run, trying to get away, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard past that, so we'll call it a gain of 4, 5.
Sheldon McKenzie on that stop. Looked like, though, that Ralph Anderson was the spy for the quarterback, because as soon as he took off to his right side, Ralph was there to turn him back in.
3rd and 9 for Dickinson. Martin looking to throw, has a man open on this near side, caught. He's got the first down, go inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
That's Brad Woodard again. Jarrett Charles making the stop for the Stingarees.
Gators move the chains, and now Woodard gets the call again. He'll get a couple of yards, about 3 on the first down carry.
Boy, he's met right in the hole again by Jarrett Charles and Ralph Anderson.
Dickinson quick, back again, throws the fall out on the far side in the flats, gets away from one would-be tackler, gets spun and stays on his feet. That's number 7, Jordan Myers. Myers is going to be right at the first down. He will have the first down.
Well, Myers is a big receiver, and he actually got hit twice, bounced off 2 tacklers, and Ralph Anderson came in again to finalize the tackle.
First down for Dickinson at the Texas City 26. Woodard gets the call again on all kinds of room. It's a foot race, and nobody's going to catch Brad Woodard as he goes in for his second touchdown of the night from 26 yards out.
Have a stingery down on the field after the play.
Got an injury on the field, like Dickie said, so we'll take a break with them and come back for the extra point here in just a minute. Injured Stingery walking off the field under his own power. Always good to see that as Dickinson ready to attempt the extra point.
Jamie Valdez again into kick out of the hold of Robert Walker.
Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, 4.5 minutes, 4:36 to be exact, left in the first quarter. Dickinson extends their lead 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff here in just a second.
Jamie Valdez set the kick once again for Dickinson.
Edmonds takes this one right at the goal line, looking for his blockers to set up. Finds a hole, breaks through a couple of tackles, and he'll get up to the 14, and that's going to be it. Texas City will start their third offensive possession from their own 14-yard line, finding themselves down by 2 touchdowns.
And rough field position, so they just need to put a few first downs together, kind of get their confidence back, and try to get back in this ball game.
Ponder leads the team to the line of scrimmage from the huddle. He'll be under center. Not much running room there at all. As a matter of fact, met deep in the backfield.
Well, that was Robert Frank, and just about the time he took the handoff, he was staring right in the eyes of Rod John Dorsey for the Gators.
Loss of 3 will make it 2nd and 13. Servik will go wide to the far side. Edmonds here to the near side. Tossing it downfield, trying to get the quick toss out to Servik, but just couldn't quite get it there. Ponder just took a 2-step drop and fired it out there, but incomplete.
Well, it was open. It was a quick slant, and Marshall had cut in and just let him a little bit too much. Chris is, a sophomore and just really in his third ball game, his first start.
Exactly. That's right.
I'm sure he's nervous, and he just needs to complete a couple and have some good things happen, and he'll get settled down.
A little bit of confusion looked like for Texas City. They've called a timeout. We'll take the break right along with them. 14-0. Gators on top with 3:46 to play in the quarter. Both teams back on the field after the Stingery timeout. Texas City with a 3rd and 13. The ball is at their own 11-yard line. Ponder will be in the shotgun this time. Got some nice protection, got plenty of time. Sees a man downfield, intercepted at about the 17-yard line. And now the ball's on the ground, picked up by Dickinson Gators, still alive at the 10. 5 dives in. Now that was an interesting play.
I don't think I could recount that play.
No, you're going to have to replay what I just said, and it might even be half true.
Well, he threw an interception, and the Dickinson boy fumbled it. The Dickinson boy picked it up. I think the Dickinson boy might have fumbled it as he was going into the end zone, but they called it a touchdown.
They did call it
nonetheless.
a touchdown. And when you say Dickinson, each time you said Dickinson boy, that was a different Dickinson boy.
yeah. And I just The play happened so fast I couldn't get all those numbers.
Man, I'm telling you. But what we do know is that Valdez is set to kick the extra point.
Yes, he is. He's a 64 too.
That kick is up and good, and a tough break for Texas City just gets them deeper in the hole with 3:31 to play in the first quarter. Dickinson on top, 21-0. Valdez to kick off again for Dickinson. Edmonds takes this one at the 10-yard line. Actually, I believe that is Christian Weaver this time. Weaver across the 20, fights off another block, fights his way. Good, tough run. He'll get another yard out of it to the 20.
Christian did a good job of weaving from the right side of the field to the left side. Finally brought down by Brian Greeley for the Gators.
First and 10 for Texas City from their own 20-yard line, and Dickinson's going to take the timeout. Well, just like that, we'll take another break as well and be back in just a minute.
Stingeries start this drive from the 25, probably the best field position they've had.
Ponder from under center takes a snap, pitches it, coming to the near side. Frank bounces off one tackle and more. Then he's met by all but about 3 of the blue jerseys on the field.
Boy, that Dickinson's just swarming. He decided early he couldn't get outside. About the time he got to the hash mark, he cuts it upfield and a couple of hard yards.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8 for the Stings from their own 27.
Texas City finding it hard just to get a few first downs together and keep the ball, give that defense a rest. So hopefully we'll have a couple of those this series.
Flags just as the ball is snapped and be procedure against Texas City. They'll back it up 5 yards.
Well, we sure didn't need that, but I'm not sure. Okay, there they are. I was looking for the play clock. You know, that's a change this year. It's no longer a 25-second clock. It's a 40-second clock,
right.
And it starts when they spot the ball, or at the end of the previous play. I'm not sure which, but I'm not sure what. I guess that's designed to speed up the game.
I believe that's the intent of it exactly. But 2nd and 13 now for Texas City. Ponder from under center checks that Gator defense. 2-step drop, fires it downfield. Caught Dante Hayes, I believe, is the receiver.
He was. You know, Dante's a big old target, 6'4", 250-pound junior. Normally on defense, but running a little tight end tonight.
Gain of a couple will make it 3rd and 6.
It's manageable 3rd down.
Absolutely.
Dickinson's not a extremely large defense, but they do swarm to the football. So
that whistle's just again as the ball is snapped again. See what this is about.
A delay again.
Wow. So a 3rd and 6 is now going to be a 3rd and 11.
You know, those play clocks are not in the normal spots. They're
right
off to the left and they're low. So I wonder if Christian is having a tough time picking them up.
Ponder takes the snap, rolling to the near side, gets it downfield, caught at the 30, 35, spins out of it. That's Nathan Stahl, still on his feet. At the 50, it goes across the 50 down to the 46-yard line, and a flag comes in late after the tackle.
Another defensive player playing a little offense tonight. That was a well-designed play and a good pass and some good running after the catch by Nathan.
See what the flag's all about against Texas City.
I think using their hands illegally. They shouldn't ought to do that.
They do have rules against it,
Yeah.
don't they?
Still could be first down. Depends on the spot.
Well,
I'm not sure they know what they're doing out there.
the chains have moved, so it's going to be hard to know exactly.
Well, they'll go back to the replay booth.
There you go.
Do we have a replay booth?
We're not at home, so no,
Oh.
we don't.
Okay.
Still first down for Texas City. The ball will be spotted at the Stingery 39-yard line. So the toss from Ponder to Stahl, good for a first down.
Nathan Stahl at the Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award Monday night.
There you
recognition.
Frank gets the call. He's across the 40. Gain of a couple on first down.
Met by a host of Gators. Dickinson Gator actually came up with the ball, but referees weren't buying fumble.
Down to 30 seconds and counting to play here in the first quarter. Stings will have to get this one off. Ponder from under center takes the snap. Looking to throw and just tosses it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he couldn't find anyone open on that play and wisely threw it out of bounds and not force it in. We'll bring up a long third down, 3rd and 9 from their own 40.
Stings to the line. And we've got whistles and a timeout by Texas City before the ball is snapped. So with 10 seconds to play in quarter number 1 here at Sam Vitanza Stadium, we'll take the break as well. It's Gators on top, 21-0. Both teams back on the field after the Texas City timeout. 3rd and 9 for the Stings. 2 wideouts here on the near side. Ponder takes a 2-step drop, looking to throw, fires it downfield. Caught by Stahl again. Stahl had it, came back towards the line of scrimmage, and then fall forward.
I think he may have it again.
I think you're right. Looks like they're going to mark it right at the first down marker at the 49.
I think he got the left foot.
Uh-oh. That's the end of the quarter. So they're going to take a look at it while we're sorting all this out, and then they'll take the break for the quarter. We're glad to have Justin Martinez with us. Justin was a part of the video tech crew the last couple of years at the high school. Now he's moving on to bigger and better things at Alvin Community College, working in radio and TV. And Justin, glad to have you with us, man. Take us to some stats of the first quarter. What did it look like?
Well, thank you. Right now for the first quarter for Chris Ponder, the quarterback, we have 3 complete throws for 18 yards. Right now for receiving, we have Nathan Stahl coming in at the very end of the first quarter and putting up some good yardage for us. And for the rushing yards, our leading rusher is Robert Frank for 36, and we're looking pretty good on defense.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, Dickinson scored. First play from scrimmage was about a 50-yard run by Woodard. Then he turned around with a 26-yard run to make it 14-0. And then Texas City on that wild, crazy play where they fumbled the ball, picked up by Dickinson. A Dickinson Gator fumbled it, and then it was finally taken in for the score. And that's how we've got here to 21-0 here at the end of the first quarter. Appreciate all the hard work by the high school students. That they do a great job every week putting these games together, doing the editing, and putting them up on YouTube for everyone to see. Coach Daryl Hannes, instructor for the video tech. Coach Hannes, this week for this game helping out is Ty Richardson, Carlos Chavez, Joey Phillip, and Ray Mills. Great job by those guys, and then they've got a host of others that help out at the home games because they're also working the scoreboard and doing instant replays. But a great addition to Tech City High School is some of these vocational classes, and one that's been around for a couple of years now is the video tech class. So great job by all the students.
Well, we're going to start the second quarter, it looks like, with the Stingeries 4th and inches from their own 48.5-yard line. Officials' crew seemed to be confused a little bit, but they were pretty sure it was 4th down. They did not measure. They moved the chains. They set the chains. They marked the ball, and then they flipped the chains. I don't know why.
I think everybody's ready now, so here we go. Ponder under center, like Dickie said, 4th and short. This thing's now going from right to left. They're heading north. Dante Hayes goes in motion. The pitch, 1st down. Nice run on that right side. Trying to get the number of that
28.
ball carrier.
Xavier Simpson. Xavier's played a little bit tailback already this year. He brings a little burst. He's a little scat back type, but he once he got through the hole, several yards, had about 8 yards. Pick up, giving Texas City a 1st down.
In Gator territory at the Dickinson 43-yard line. Ponder with a handoff again. That's Simpson again with the carry. Got across the line of scrimmage in a couple of yards, then met by
Thomas Bridges.
Boy, and that was a hit too.
He laid the wood to him. And he bounced right back up. I'm sure he's anxious to get another carry. So that's the 3rd tailback they've used already. So keeping those guys fresh.
2nd and 8 for Texas City. Ponder will be in the shotgun this time. Simpson gets the call again, trying to fight his way out of a tackle and just can't quite get away from it. He'll cross the 40, but they're going to mark it at the 38. Gain of 3 will make it 3rd and 5.
I had motion left and faking toss to Christian Weaver as he came by and handing it to Xavier on the dive, creating a little misdirection. Another big 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Ponder under center. Well, right in the backfield before the handoff was hardly even made.
I'm not sure how that linebacker wasn't offside.
There's no flags, but I tell you what, he almost could have taken the handoff.
Justin Carroll, captain, linebacker for Dickinson. Seriously, he almost got the snap before the quarterback did.
Exactly. That's going to bring up 4th down for Texas City, 4th and 4 at the Dickinson 37-yard line. This thing's going to go for it from this part of snap, bobbled, picked back up. Ponder fires it downfield and just going to be short.
Almost coming back for that ball. Brandon Edmonds. He just couldn't get enough on it. The defender was in his face just as his arm was coming down. That whole play was kind of boogered up a little bit, if I could use that technical term.
Yeah, well, it was. He bobbled the snap, but he did a good job, kept his mind, picked the ball up off the ground, and to give him some time to try and get it off.
It just didn't work. Well, the defense was off the field for a little while, so we'll see if they're rested enough to force Dickinson to kick.
Nowhere to go on the handoff. Woodard got the ball, but spun off a tackle just enough to – well, no, he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
He didn't. Sheldon McKenzie was in the backfield and made a good spin move, but McKenzie was waiting right there when he spun into him. Texas City's had a couple of forced a couple of negative plays on Dickinson already tonight, and need another one right here.
Martin keeps it, fakes the handoff to Woodard this time, then keeps it himself, goes off the left side, And a nice gain up just shy of the 45 to the 44.
A little zone read there on part of Dickinson. Quarterback brought down by Jarrett Charles.
Quickly back, ready to go again. And a tough run, just not being able to go down. Every Stingery almost on the field trying to bring down
Brad Woodard.
Woodard. Yeah. He'll have the first down. Tough run.
Yeah, they got up to the line quick. Texas City ready, but caught him a little bit short.
Dickinson now, and we've got movement on the Gators as they're back in Stingery territory at the Texas City 44. Believe that's the first penalty against Dickinson tonight.
Oh, we are in Dickinson.
Point well taken. First and 15 now for the Gators. Cameron Martin at quarterback checks the play called from the sideline. Looking to throw. Firing it downfield. Got a man wide open. Caught at the 22. Got a block and still on his feet as he sidesteps the Stingery, and all the way in for the score is Jordan Myers. 49-yard pass and catch.
Well, it looks like the Stingery's caught in the zone, and he settled in right about the hash mark around the 25 and avoided two Stingery tacklers on a nice little run by Myers to get into the end zone. Jamie Valdez in to attempt the extra point again out of the hold of Robert Walker.
Kick is up, and it's good. So 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Dickinson extends their lead 27-0. We'll be right back.
It should be. Number 4, Daquan Thompson. Number 9, Christian Weaver back deep to receive the kick for the Stingeries.
Valdez kicking a lot so far this first half. This one goes a couple of yards into the end zone and out the back side of it.
That young man has a strong leg.
Yes, he does.
He's not your typical kicker physique, but he does a really good job nonetheless.
So the Stings will set up camp first and 10 at their own 20. From under center, Ponder hands off. I believe that's Frank. No gain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough going on Robert. He was met at the line of scrimmage by number 99, Darius Lazard.
Going to give him a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Frank gets the call again, sidesteps one would-be tackler and gets up to the 30 for a gain of 4 on 2nd down.
Nice run by Robert. A little better hole, bigger hole that time. Another key 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Two wideouts to the far side. Hunter fakes the handoff, rolling that way, looking to throw, but he's getting some pressure, and this one just has to – I think it actually got some aid by the Dickinson players. He threw it. It went almost straight out of bounds, but nobody was open anyway.
Well, Rod John Dorsey for the Gators was breathing down Chris's neck, and yeah, just about the time he draws his arm back to throw, I think he got hit. So
that'll bring up 4th down.
Marshall Surovic set to kick.
Back deep for the Gators is number 7, Jordan Myers. Surovic gets a nice kickoff fielded by Myers at the 38. Jumps over one tackler, gets past another one, still got some running room as he gets hit and stood up, but still not going down. Finally brought down at the 40-yard line. 25 yards plus on the return for Myers.
Brought down by Devontae Hinton. I got a feeling that both of those young men, well, I know Devontae will be playing Division I, but Myers looks to have the physique and the speed and the hands to play Division I himself.
And he's just a junior.
It's scary.
Gators come back on the field led by their quarterback, senior number 12, Cameron Martin. 1st and 10 on the downhill side of the field at the Texas City 40-yard line. Martin under center. Handoff to Woodard, spins off a tackle as he crosses the line of scrimmage and gets across the 35 down to the 34 for a gain of 6.
Well, Texas City linebacker was blitzing and blitzed right to the hole he was coming through, and he did a good job of spinning. Christian Weaver eventually brings him down, not before he gets 6.
2nd and 4 for the Gators. Martin looks downfield, got a man open, but just overthrows him.
That pass intended for Blake Carlisle. Marshall Surovic providing coverage for the Stingarees. Dickinson had a player come in motion from left to right, and the snap almost was caught by the motion man.
In fact, I thought that was the play at first.
He put his hands up, didn't he?
They're ready to go again, 3rd and 4. Martin in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to either side. Taking a while getting the play from the sideline. And now they'll
Whistles blow.
Call a timeout. Dickinson wants to make sure they've got the right play, and we'll take the break with 5:43 to play in the half. Gators on top, 28-0. Both teams back on the field after the Gator timeout. They're looking at a 3rd and 4 from the Stingaree 34-yard line. Martin in the shotgun takes the snap, fires it out, caught for the 1st down, and finally brought down at the 20, across the 20 to the 19.
Brandon Edmonds on that tackle. That was Jordan Myers. Split left again. He goes down about 8 yards and just turns around, and he's getting enough cushion where he was wide open.
Gators ready to go again. Handoff right up the gut, across the 15 down to about the 13.
22, Leland Young, giving Woodard a breather.
Young, a junior, and Dickinson's ready to go again. This time he fakes the toss to the outside and looks up and straight up the middle for Cameron Martin and the score. Well, when he did that pump fake out to this near side, there was nothing but green and a few stripes on the field in front of him.
And blue letters.
And some blue letters.
Blue
That's
letters,
exactly
yeah.
right. Wow. Straight up the gut. For another Dickinson touchdown.
So Valdez is in to kick another extra point.
That kick is up, and it's good. 5:09 to play in the first half. The Gators extend their lead 34-0 over Texas City. We'll be right back in just a second.
Back deep to receive the Gator kick, number 9, Christian Weaver. Number 12, Brandon Edmonds.
Valdez puts a foot into it. This one's going to be taken here on the near side at the 7-yard line. Nice run back to about the 25. for the Stingarees, Christian Weaver. Spot the ball right at the 25. So Texas City, 1st and 10 at their own 25, just not being able to get much of any offense generated here in the first half. It's been all Gators.
Well, Dickinson's had pretty much all the breaks, it seems like, but that offensive line, Texas City not doing a bad job, opening some holes.
Ponder with the handoff. Nice running room, still on his feet, and the ball's out. Great job by Stingaree trailing the play, never giving up.
Neffy Hernandez, the fullback, following that play as he's taught, but that was a big hole.
Absolutely.
That time opened up by the Stingarees. That offensive line tonight, 52 Darian Trials, 63 Ramsey Ramirez, 64 Anthony Salazar, 65 Lorenzo Baeza, and 71 Larvian Vincent.
1st and 10 for Texas City. Pitch to the outside, ball's on the ground, falling on by Texas City to recover the loose ball. That's Simpson.
Not sure whether Xavier was looking where he was running or what, but he just didn't get the handle on the ball, and fortunate to fall on it.
Loss of 4. Make it 2nd and 14. Ponder from the shotgun will have 2 guys out wide to the far side, 1 here to the near side. Looks to throw, fires it up, caught. Right back at the original line of scrimmage, Dante Hayes with the catch.
He's had a couple of catches tonight. He's spending some time on both sides of the ball.
Like you said, he's a big target at 6'4", and a big force at defensive end as well.
At 250, yeah.
Exactly.
And moves pretty darn good.
3rd and 9 for the Stings. The ball at their own 40-yard line. No running room whatsoever for Robert Frank, and he'll finally go down after a loss of a couple.
Well, he did a good job avoiding those first 3 tacklers, but it was that 4th one he just couldn't get by.
That's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Marshall Surovic set the punt.
Back deep for the Gators is Jordan Myers, number 7.
Marshall, the all-purpose senior.
Taken at the 31-yard line by Myers, a line drive kick, and he's caught by the tail, and we will not let go.
He had a tiger by the tail.
Was that
Isaiah Swede?
Swede, there you go. Had some help back there just in case. Jesse Sendejas was there ready in case the shirt ripped.
He did it. Well, they don't have tearaways anymore.
No, that's
right?
true. They can't do that anymore.
That's illegal. He did a good job to hang on till help got there. It's probably the worst field position Dickinson had at their own 40.
Well, I'm telling you, 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line, just under 2.5 minutes to play. Martin fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's got some room out here on the near side. He'll cross the 50 and go down at the 49.
Brought down by Devonta Hitton. I think they picked up on something after that quarterback draw for a touchdown in the last series. That was a 10-yard run on a quarterback read.
Martin with the handoff. Actually, no, he keeps it. Again, going to be Martin right now, Martin left. He'll gain 3 down to the 46.
Well, he's brought down by Sheldon McKenzie and Andre Smith.
2nd and 7 for Dickinson. Martin wanting to throw, still looking, fires it downfield, incomplete, intended for Myers. Devontae Hinton right there.
Along with Christian Weaver, just off his hands. Be nice to make a stop here.
Yes, it would.
Get Dickinson to punt the football.
Get a little bit of good vibe going into halftime. There's a minute 37 left to play in the first half. Gators with the big 35-0 lead. Martin back under center on 3rd and 7. Handoff goes right up the gut. Fighting hard down to the 40, but will not get the first down.
Leland Young again. Running hard inside. He was brought down by Trenton Murphy.
Quickly ready to go again. There's Dickinson. They've got the first down. It was just 4th and 2. I'm sorry.
Leland Young again
And
for the Gators. Dickinson gets up there and gets ready to snap the ball quick.
They don't waste any time, and again, they're ready to go.
Yep.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now, the Stingery 28 for Dickinson. Martin from the shotgun this time. And we've got flags. Procedure, they'll back it up 5 yards against the Gators.
Well, unfortunately, that's been about the only thing that's been able to slow them down tonight. It's been penalty.
62 ticks of the clock left here in the first half.
Be nice to keep him out of the end zone and be able to get in the locker room and get those kids some rest.
Absolutely. Clock started going. We're under a minute. Martin will be in the shotgun on 1st and 15. Again, line of scrimmage, the Texas City 33 after the penalty. Martin looking to throw, firing downfield, has a man open, caught, and still on his feet and in for the score.
Montel
Parker.
9th grader.
Wow, from 33 yards out.
Nice catch and run by the freshman. Big, tall target. Mr. Valdez in to attempt once again.
That kick is up, and it's good. 34 seconds left here in the first half. Dickinson has extended their lead over Texas City 42-0. We'll be right back in just a second.
Robert Frank and Christian Weaver back to receive the kick off the foot. Jamie Valdez.
Surely he's going to get worn out before this night's over.
He is.
And let that kick roll, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 12 or 13.
That will be the best starting field position for the Stingeries in the first half.
And they'll have 34 seconds to work with on the clock.
Well, it's been a rough first half for the Stingeries. Everything's gone right for the Gators, and they've really not made any mistakes. Texas City's had a hard time getting things going, and every time they would get a few first downs, well, they'd have a penalty or a fumble, and they just got to keep their heads about them.
Both teams ready to go. 1st and 10 for the Stings from their own 30-yard line. Ponder with a handoff. Frank gets the call. He's across the 35, fights for another couple of yards before he's finally brought down after a nice 8-yard run.
Well, I think Texas City just content here to let the clock run out and get in that locker room.
10 seconds and counting. Stings back to the line of scrimmage. Hand off again to Frank. Frank looking for some room, trying to reverse the field and nowhere to go. He'll be thrown for a loss of about 2 yards. But that brings the clock to zeros. We've played one half here at Dickinson High School. The Gators on top, 42-0. Don't go away. We've got halftime entertainment right after this when we come back. We get set to start the second half of action here at Dickinson. Dickinson on top. Throw it over to Justin Martinez and listen to some first half stats. Justin.
Well, in the first half for our passing, we have Chris Ponder with 20 yards for his passing. And then for receiving, we have one catch by Dante Hayes for 4 yards, 2 catches by Nathan Stahl leading the way with 25 yards for his receiving. For our rushing yards, we have Robert Frank with 47 yards, Devontae Hidden with 3 yards, Xavier Simpson with 14 yards, and Christian Weaver with 3 yards. On the defensive side, we have a lot of Stingrays tied for second with the 2 tackles, and then Sheldon McKenzie leading the way with the 3 tackles with a bunch of gang tackles as well. And in the second quarter, there were 3 touchdowns, a 49-yard run from a running catch by Dickinson, a 14-yard quarterback run by Dickinson, and a 33-yard running catch by Dickinson. And right now the score is 42-0. Getting ready to start the second half.
Thanks, Justin. Yeah, we're just both teams back ready to run through their respective tunnels. And, Dickie, it has been – you don't want to say what you expected, but Dickinson is definitely a much better team than we've seen the last couple of years.
They remind me a lot of the Stingarees last year. They got a quarterback who's solid. They got a running back who's solid, fast, strong, and they have a receiver who's very good. And similar to the Stingarees last year, they're an older team. Stingarees are a younger team. This is the hardest game. We've all been on both sides of these scores.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to keep young men motivated. The key is there's an opportunity here for a second or third team player to get in and make a name for himself and show the coach that he wants to be in the game. And you just hope no one ends up with an injury in a game like this.
That is exactly right. And you're, boy, well said, because it's exactly right. There's probably going to be some guys that haven't seen the field very much that are going to get an opportunity here in the second half of this ball game. And what better way to shine and like you said, show them what you got. I'm
standing up to change their luck.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
I know Herb Street stands up all the time.
Well, Dennis and I used to until we hit 50 years old.
Oh, okay.
And then we just couldn't stand
up. Well, I'll sit down here in a few minutes.
We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll stand up with you in unity until I just get too tired. But yeah, we did do that for quite a while, and then it just got too tiring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, listening to the broadcast, I hope that we don't miss a number, but circumstances here in Paul Lafier press box at Sam Vitanza Stadium on the campus of Dickinson High School, the windows are fogged up.
They are.
And there's no way to squeegee them on the outside, so we're going to squint and look through our glasses and hopefully get those young men's numbers right.
And that's probably another reason to stand up, because I think when you stand up, the fog you can kind of look through the fog a little bit. Nice press box. But you're right. There's not a pole extension high enough to get this high. Get these windows up here. So both teams on the field, ready to go. Now Texas City will kick off to Dickinson.
Well, I know we have a new kicker on the varsity now. I'm trying to get his number. Is that 41? It's not one. 41 is Angel Gutierrez.
48, Trevor Pickett, I believe.
But 48 is the kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Kick off. On the run back, still trying to get somewhere, Waylon Hurst, number 21 for the Gators, and he'll bring the ball back to about the 27, 20, to mark it at the 27.
Brought down by Stingery's number 34, Jesse Sendejas.
So Dickinson set up camp on the offensive side of the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Again, apologizing to you for having trouble reading numbers.
Yeah. Cameron Martin has gone the distance for the Gators at quarterback. He keeps it. He'll be across the 35, tripped up at about the 37-yard line.
Brought down by Devontae Hinton.
Gain of 7 on 1st down for the Gators.
Keeping the ball on that zone read as he did in the first half.
Handoff goes to Woodard. And there he goes. Touchdown, Dickinson. Just like that, he got to the corner and turned the afterburners on.
He did. 61 yards, 63 yards.
63 from the 37. His second long touchdown score of the night, 3rd on the evening. He's got a 26-yarder, a 50-yarder on the first play from scrimmage. This one took him 2 plays from scrimmage. His carry there, 63-yard.
I assume that's Mr. Valdez into attempt.
Flag on the play. Offsides against Texas City, so Dickinson will decline it. The extra point's good. We'll take a break with 11:25 to play in the 3rd quarter. Gators 49, Texas City nothing. Michael Melendez set to kick off.
Robert Frank and Christian Weaver back deep.
Short kick taken, trying to get to the outside to the 35-40. Finally thrown out of bounds as he crosses the 40-yard line. That's Daquan Thompson.
Nice run back by Daquan. He was the up back. Kick was short. And
Thompson, a sophomore for the Stingeries. So Texas City with some of their best field position to start an offensive turn of the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. From under center, Ponder with the handoff. Simpson gets the call, and he'll be across the 45 to about the 48.
nice run by Simpson. Offensive line doing a good job of opening the hole.
5 yards on the 1st down carry will make it 2nd and 5. Ponder again from under center. Simpson gets the call and squirts his way across the midfield down to the 48. He'll be just maybe a yard shy of the 1st down.
Stingery's content to keep the ball in their hands and chew up yardage. Big 3rd down and short here.
Ponder with the handoff again. Believe got enough for the 1st down.
He does. He was following the block of Neffy Hernandez, that 5'5", 160-pound fullback for the Stingeries.
So Xavier Simpson with the needed yardage, and the Stingeries move the chains. 1st and 10 at the Dickinson 46-yard line.
One of the few times tonight we've been in Dickinson territory.
Ponder getting chased, and he's just going to have to throw that one away, and there's a flag comes down.
Well, I'm not sure what that flag's going to be, but I'm not sure if he missed a handoff or where that was.
It looked like if he didn't miss it, he bobbled the snap. I'm not sure which, but it's going to be
Intentional ground.
Yep, grounding against Texas City, so it'll be a loss of down as well.
I think the rule says you have to throw it past the line of scrimmage when you're outside of the tackle
Outside
box.
the tackles, yeah. And he was being chased down.
He was running
time.
for his life. I would have thrown it too.
Absolutely.
Loss of down hurts. Loss of yardage hurts.
From under center again. This time, that's Robert Frank, the ball carrier.
Well, he's met in the backfield. Look, three Dickinson defenders a yard or two into the Texas City backfield all at one time. Tough going for Robert.
That'll bring up 3rd and 21. Ponder stays under center. Cervic will come in motion from the near side. Ball's on the ground.
Fumbled snap.
And Dickinson recovers it.
51, Thomas Bridges picking up that loose football. Chris Ponder, again, having trouble with the center quarterback exchange. And just as he reached down to pick up the ball or to fall on it, it looked like somebody kicked it. It squirted 4 or 5 yards back and just under the Stingery tailback.
And Bridges was right there.
Right on it.
Picks it up, and just like that, Dickinson's got the ball back at the Texas City 38-yard line.
Looks like we have a new quarterback for Dickinson, number 18, Dylan Baines. He hands off to 22, Leland Young. He picks up about 6.
So now Dickinson putting some more players in the game that haven't seen a lot of action tonight anyway. Baines from under center. Handoff across that left side goes to Young, Leland Young, the ball carrier. He'll have enough for the first down. He's down to the 26-yard line.
Trenton Murphy making that stop for the Stingeries.
Now they move the chains. I was beginning to wonder. Team's ready to go, but the chains aren't. Now they are. Baines under center. It's got the Gators ready to move again. Handoff again on that left side to Young.
Well, they're just pushing the pile of Stingeries. Number 15, Jarrett Charles, 6 foot, 165-pound junior, bringing him down.
A gain of 6 will make it 2nd and 4. This time Baines will be in the shotgun with Gators on either side of him. Takes a snap, throws it downfield. Intercepted by Texas City. Lots of green. It's Marshall Cervic. Nobody's going to catch Cervic. 20-10. Touchdown, Texas City.
Well, that'll bless you.
Absolutely. Marshall Cervic standing right where he needed to be. Takes it all the way to the house for Texas City's first score of the night.
Well, Baines threw out to his right to receiver in the flat, just overthrew him. Looked like there might have been a little or confusion. And Marshall's right there, picked it, pick 6. 48 for the Stingarees. Trevor Pickett.
Extra point is blocked. Dickinson trying to pick it up, but actually ends up kicking it out of bounds. So the extra point, no good. But with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third quarter, the Stings finally get the goose egg off the board. We'll be back in just a minute. Dickinson on top, 49-6. Off on the left side and all kinds of running room. Still on his feet, and nobody's going to catch number 22, Leland Young.
62.
62 yards on the score.
Well, you can't substitute for speed.
No, you can't.
Practice speed. Dickinson has a lot of it. Number 34, Michael Melendez, in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of number 84, Tyler Cawley.
Got some movement and the flags come in before the snap. Gators talking it over among themselves. But the penalty is going against Texas City.
Offsides on the Stingarees.
So they'll scoot it up a yard or so and do it again. Good snap. Kick.
Fire.
Yeah, they did.
And go figure.
2-point conversion is good for the Gators. I believe that's number 33, Kyle Benderup, with the reception.
Well, there was a bobbled snap. Snap looked pretty good.
Yeah, the snap, I missed it. The snap was good. I guess when he went to bring it down, he must have
lost control
something.
of it. He picks it up, and back in the day, you yelled fire, and everybody, all the eligible receivers take off, and Mr. Binderup took off.
And caught it in the back of the end zone, so just like that, put 8 more on the board. 57-6 with 7:05 to play. We'll be back in just a second with the kickoff.
Number 3, Robert Frank. Number 9, Christian Weaver, back deep to receive the kick.
Melendez kicks off, taken at the 14-yard line. That's Frank.
Nice return by, I think that's 9, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Christian Weaver.
It is. Christian Weaver on the return to the 34-yard line.
Unfortunately, the return team's getting a lot of work.
Yeah. Ponder back under center for Texas City. 1st and 10, again, from their own 34. Just under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Handoff coming on the near side. That's Frank on the carry. He'll get close to 5.
Nice push by the Stingaree offensive line. Opened a hole, and Robert squirts through.
Actually picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Sting's ready to go. Ponder checking that defense from under center. And then we've got flags just as the ball is snapped. Frank will have the first down, but it's going to come back.
Looked like the motion man coming this way. Cut upfield just a little too soon. That's probably going to cost the Stingarees 5 yards.
Was
Offside.
also offsides against Dickinson.
That's one of the first breaks we've had tonight.
Well, I'm telling you, got a little do-over there. Tech City back to the line, 2nd and 4. Ponder sets up to throw, but no chance to even get set as he is thrown for a loss in the backfield.
59, Darian Bourgeois-Simmons. I mean, just got a bead on the quarterback and came untouched.
There was nothing Ponder could do at all. Loss of 6 will make it 3rd and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Play clock down to 8.
Ponder, 2-step drop, fires it out, incomplete. Intended for Dante Hayes.
Not sure if he got a hand on it or just out of reach of his arms, but Stings can't convert. They'll punt.
Watermeyer will be back deep for the Gators.
Marshall Cervic going to come in and to kick.
Nice article on Cervic in the local papers. Tell you what, Cervic did a good job of getting that snap and getting that kick off.
He did.
Was able to get it off and down inside the 40.
That young man's going to be worn out when he gets home tonight. He was 4 for 4 on extra points last week, if you remember.
Now he's got an 80-yard interception for touchdown to add to his stats as a senior this year for the Stingarees. Banging back in at quarterback, but just as the ball is snapped, flags come in.
Little movement up front. A lot of clean pants in there, you know, you can tell.
That's the good way to say that.
Yeah.
That's a very good way
well,
to
those
say
are
that.
they have white pants, we have white pants, so you can tell by the amount of perspiration if it's a guy that's coming in new and fresh. They don't get dirty anymore. There's no dirt down there.
No grass stains, right? 1st and 15. After the penalty yardage stepped off, snap on the ground, but Baines does a good job of picking it up. Gets it to his running back. That's number 22. Again, for the Gators, Leland Young.
He's brought down by number 34, Jesse Sendejas. He's a 5'9", 170-pound junior for the Stingarees.
Young picked up 3. It'll be 2nd and 12. Baines takes the snap, fires it out. Caught right at the 40. A gain of about 4.
Caught by Ryan Roan, and he's hit immediately by Brandon Edmonds.
That'll make it 3rd and 8 for Dickinson. Bain takes a snap, rolls here to the near side, looking to throw, and nobody to throw it to. He throws it into the stands.
That was a long throw.
It was a long throw. It was actually past the track.
Over the cheerleaders, over the water coolers.
Yep, went down the ramp, I believe. Some young kids, but it's not one of those like a Little League baseball game. You can't take it to the concession stand and get a free snow cone. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 8.
Marshall Cervic back to receive this Dickinson punt. We haven't seen many Dickinson punts today.
No, I'm not so sure this isn't the first one. Punt goes away from Cervic. It'll take a Dickinson roll.
They were kicking away from it.
Absolutely, don't you know it? It'll roll all the way down to about the 12-yard line. With the roll, that's about a 48-yard punt.
Actually was an ugly punt, but it was an effective punt.
Effectively ugly punt. You know, when things are rolling your way, things are rolling your way.
They've had one issue tonight, and that was the 80-yard interception return. But other than that, they've not done much wrong.
3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. Dickinson with a 57-6 lead over Texas City as Ponder brings his team back to the line of scrimmage on 1st down. Handoff on the near side, looking for a little bit of running room. Just not a lot there.
Xavier Simpson has a little hole, lowers his head. Yeah,
gets about 5, close to it. Scoreboard says a 3-yard carry. Looks like 4 to me, but we are in Dickinson, right?
So it's 2nd and 6.
Ponder from under center. Nice hole, nice run for the 1st down across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Xavier Simpson again jitterbugging. Broke through the initial line of tacklers and had a nice 8-yard gain.
Ponder with the handoff coming here to the near side. Another new running back for Texas City. That's number 32.
Josh Gray.
Gray, a senior for the Stings. Picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Looked like there might have been some confusion between the fullback and the quarterback.
Ponder with the handoff again on this right or left side.
Gray again.
He'll get a couple more yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4.
Might be 3rd and
3. How about that? Yeah.
Getting better all the time.
Absolutely. Let me say that one more time, and we might have a 1st down. 3rd and 3. The line of scrimmage, the Texas City 33. Frank, the ball carrier, not much there. He'll get a yard.
Tough going that time. Again, 2 Dickinson Gators in the backfield. did a good job to get through him, but he just couldn't get any more. Got 1 yard, and Marshall Cervic in to punt again for the Stingarees.
Weidermeyer will be standing back inside his own 35 for the Gators. Down to 27 seconds and counting to play here in the third quarter. Serve it with a nice high kick. Weidermeyer takes it at the 30. Got a block or two on the outside. He's across the 50. We got a flag coming in, thrown in from the side judge back at the 40-yard line, and Weidermeyer finally goes out of bounds at the Stingaree 45.
See what that flag is. Illegally using those hands again.
So that'll bring it back. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter.
That'll be a spot foul, so it'll be marked off from the 40, the Dickinson 40. 10-yard penalty. They'll start at their own 30-yard line.
Delane Baines brings the Gators back on the field. Baines from the shotgun. Going to keep it, and that one smelled out quickly by the Stings. He'll be thrown for a loss of a couple of yards.
Sheldon McKenzie been busy tonight. He's gets Baines by the shirt tail.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll get some stats from Justin Martinez. At the end of the third quarter, Dickinson 57, Texas City 6. Justin, not a whole lot to talk about on the stats, but there was one highlight for sure.
Well, there was one big highlight for the Texas City Stings. There was an 80-yard interception returned back for a touchdown by Marshall Cervic. And just like y'all said, that Sheldon McKenzie has been busy tonight. Him and Devontae Hidden are leading the defensive team. And that's all I got for you right now, so I'm going to let y'all take it back.
All right, thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. On the first carry from scrimmage.
Hand off to the fullback. Number 88, Tyler Martinez. He goes for about 4.
That'll be 3rd and 6 now for the Gators.
A lot of new faces in there along the defensive front for the Stingarees. Have their seniors backers still in.
Baines from under center. Handoff right up the gut. DeAndre Allen, number 45, the ball carrier for the Gators. That'll bring up 4th down. And I believe the second time tonight
punt
will be their Dickinson will end up punting.
Well, Jesse Sendejas, that 5'9", 170-pound junior, tripped up the ball carrier.
Marshall Cervic back awaiting the punt. Be standing at about his own 35-yard line. Big rush by the Stings, but able to get it away. This one going to bounce and roll laterally. I guess they're hoping it's going to roll some more backwards, but it doesn't. Texas City will have it 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. At this point in the game, if you're a Texas City Stingaree and on the coaching staff, I'm sure what you want to just see is some positive things out of young men on the field.
A few first downs, a lot of good effort.
Absolutely.
Stingarees putting number 14, Zach Heathcock, in at quarterback. Get him some reps.
And now we have a flag as Texas is going to be a substitution infraction.
Little confusion there on the part of the kids. They'll line up to run the play again.
Handoff from Heathcock. I believe that's Josh Gray.
Josh Gray again. Tough little run.
Absolutely spun off a tackle as he got hit at the line of scrimmage and gets the 5-yard penalty back and plus another yard. Be 2nd and 9.
I tell you what, for 137 pounds, he runs hard.
He's a tough young man running the ball. Oh, got some movement on the line.
Looks like the end on that left side got a little anxious. Excited about getting out and getting his block. And
Ashanti Walker and Gray in the backfield. Gray gets the call again, trying to get outside, carries one blue jersey with him across the line of scrimmage and gets a couple of yards to the 40.
that tackler outweighed him 40 pounds, and he ran right through his arms.
Picked up the penalty yardage plus a couple, right?
He did. Tough running for Josh Gray.
3rd and 8 for the Stings. They have 2 wideouts here to the near side. Gray will get the call again, and he'll trip up in the backfield just as several blue jerseys came crashing down around him.
I think that was Daquan Thompson with the handoff. Just as he took the handoff, went right, he tripped over that white line. Not really having any chance to get going. That'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see Marshall Cervic again to punt. Oh, that's going to be a penalty.
Cervic gets hit as he kicks the ball. Taken with some running room for Dickinson. Across midfield of 40. 30, and finally brought down
by Marshall Cervic.
On the return.
He punted it and tackled the punt return.
After he got hit from the punt, he's going to get we'll see if it's the big version or the running into the kicker version.
Well, either way, I believe we're going to be snapping the ball again.
Weidermeyer on the return, but moving that one across the midfield stripe to the Dickinson 49-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
There you go. So he scoops it off the ground to even start with. He scoops the snap off the ground, punts it, gets it away, gets a personal foul called because he gets hit by this Dickinson Gator, then makes the tackle.
Goes and makes the tackle.
Just goes right along with the article about him. It's talking about all-purpose, huh?
There's going to have to be a follow-up article. Daquan Thompson running hard in the middle. You know, Texas City's had some good yardage in the middle. We're tough going, but that speed of Dickinson's just killed him tonight.
I'm telling you.
It's tough to get to the outside, and had some success on short passes, but not getting the ball down the field. Not had much time to throw the ball down the field.
Heathcock from under center. Handoff and nowhere to go. As a matter of fact, it'll be a loss of a good 5, maybe 6 yards.
Well, he was hit.
Thompson had nowhere to go.
5 yards deep. The defensive line had met him there.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 Stings break the huddle. Heathcock, ball's on the ground. Just couldn't make the exchange. Texas City recovers it.
Josh Gray again picking the ball up, but negative play, and like we'll punt once again.
Servit comes on to do those duties. And back deep is Marquez Williams. Good snap, Servit with plenty of time. No rush by Dickinson this time. Field it at the 13-yard line. Flag comes in just as the tackle is made.
Number 10, Nathan Stahl, and 22, J.J. Littleton combining on that stop.
Waiting the official call is going to be illegal block. So that'll back it up for the Gators with 5:55 to play in the game.
Now, I'm quite sure this is Dickinson's worst starting field position.
That's probably, I believe you're right.
Their own 16.
Their own 16-yard line. They have not seen that far back all night long. Not in this game. Baines still in at quarterback. That snap on the ground gets behind him. Stingrays are there too, but Baines is able to fall on it back at the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. It'll be a loss of about 10. Actually going to mark it at the 7. Second and 19.
Never had a chance at that. That ball was snapped. I almost rolled back there.
Yeah. Big hole for running back all the way up to the 30-yard line. That's number 44, D.D. Sanford for the Gators.
Big hole. He's brought down by Christian Weaver. Tough to give up that long run on a
Boy, I'm telling you.
play up the middle.
1st and 10 from the 30. The Gators own 30. Not much running room there. As a matter of fact, it'll be no gain on 1st down.
Tyler Martinez again carrying the ball for Dickinson. Jesse Sendejas again on the stop. Called his name quite a bit this evening.
Second and 10 for the Gators. Their own 30-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Handoff coming the near side. Tripped up head over heels, number 44, D.D. Sanford.
He's tripped up by Robert Frank, playing a little defense now. A lot of Texas City boys playing both ways.
Boy. 3rd and 2 now for Dickinson. Baines takes the snap, handoff again. Sanford gets it to the midfield stripe for the 1st down. Gators with a fresh set of downs.
Robert Frank and Trenton Murphy combining on that stop. Each of them had a leg. I thought for a minute there they were going to do the wishbone.
Ball sitting right on the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 for Dickinson. Clock running 3:10 and counting to play in this contest. Handoff this time goes to number 34, Michael Melendez. Melendez gets on the outside. Is finally brought down at the 35.
Trenton Murphy drags him down from behind, but not before. Good pickup.
About 15 yards on the carry. Call it 16.
Timeout.
Well, there was an extra football
Extra
on
football.
the field. Now we're ready to go. Lane's going to keep it, trying the near side, cuts it up, and gets across the 30 to about the 28.
Making that stop for Texas City, number 57, Chris Sampson, 260-pound sophomore.
Got a Stingery down. We'll take the timeout for the injury and be back in just a minute. 2:13 to play in the contest. Gators on top of Texas City, 57-6. After the injury timeout, Robert Frank, with a little help, gets off to the sideline, and both teams ready to go. 2nd and 5 for the Gators. Baines, the handoff, not any running room there. Nice job by the Stings.
Number 75, Andre Smith, hits him in the backfield.
Melendez, the ball carrier.
Stingery still playing hard. Wanting to keep Dickinson out of the end zone again.
Minute and a half, minute 35 to be exact, and counting to play in the game. Gators have the play called from the sidelines, and they're ready to go. Handoff up the middle. Melendez gets his number called again. He'll cross the 30 to the 29.
Trenton Murphy making that stop right in the hole.
That's going to bring up 4th down for Dickinson, 4th and 4.
Clock goes under a minute.
Texas City will have the week off next week to rest up, heal up, and prepare for their first district game of District 23 5A. Baines going to keep it, and he'll have the first down to the 15-yard line. 14-yard run for Baines.
It's tripped up by Jarek Charles, but that looks like that's going to do it for this evening.
Clock moving, 28 and counting to play. Like we said, Texas City off next week. They'll open district play at Stingery Stadium on September 26th against Elkins. Make your way out to Stingery Stadium at 7 o'clock on the 26th and support the Stings as they start in District 23 5A, one of their new district opponents. And both teams coming to meet at the center of the field. There won't be another play. The clock is at zeros. Final score 57-6. Appreciate you guys joining us. Dickie Campbell along with Justin Martinez. I'm Ronnie Hazard and the whole gang from the video tech class at Texas City High School. Have a great weekend, everybody.